How's it going, everybody? I'm Go Vera, Go Home. I'm gonna move that out of the way. I had to move that. Okay, there we go. Much better. All right. How's everybody doing today? So today is the Sunday Brunch Kit Build because we show up here every Sunday and we'll work on the layout or we'll build a kit or do some weathering. Last week, Mike and we had some of these Otter Valley trash gondolas, and I weathered one and did some graffiti on it. I've got another one here that I'm going to work on. These are still available only from ovrtrains.com. Bunch of different ones to choose from. I think in total there was over 120 different numbers that you could pick up, many different road names and whatnot. This one here is a CMBX. The pictures that I found of this one, so that I could do almost like a prototype, car, it's actually not as dirty as some of them. So it's going to be a very light weathering that I'm going to do on this one today. I also have another car here. I did this one a few weeks ago. This is a Intermountain auto rack, and it's a CN one. You can see on this side, this is what it originally looked like. And I did a giant AWOL graffiti on the side there. I wanted to do it just like the prototype, although it's probably not the same number, but I think it was pretty close. It wasn't too far off. I saw it and I'm like, I got to do it anyways because it looks really cool. This car here in particular, this is, like I said, it's an Intermountain. This one's also an exclusive from OVR Trains, ovrtrains.com. And it's TTGX 702259. So I'm going to do some light weathering on it because this is all dry. I don't need to worry about that anymore. Might do something on this side, maybe a little something along the bottom there, just so it's not so plain. And then I'll probably weather that one as well if I have time. But I'm going to work on, of course, this one, and then we'll go from there. But first, I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. Hey, Brian and Wigwag and Dwight. How's it going, everybody? All right. So I'm going to tilt this down and we're going to get started. Here we go. So, of course, it has had the clear coat that I did put on there already. So that's already done. So that's the good one. All right. So I found this marking. I don't really know what it is. It looks like a DJ and then a bit of a fancy star with some arrows. So I'm going to emulate that here. It's not too far up, and it almost gets tucked in there and goes down like that. Goes right below that, and we're going to go upwards like this. Almost makes somewhat of an arrow. Of course, I'm going to make this line a little bit thicker because it is spray paint. There we go. And then we've got another arrow that comes off of that as well. I've been working a lot on the layout recently, and I've been having lots of fun doing that, getting lots done. And this month coming up, so August, I've actually been working on the layout for 3 years. So it's like the 3-year anniversary of that. And when I do my layout update video for August, You're going to obviously see a lot of information about that. We'll do kind of a recap. And I'm going to take everybody through, kind of like what I've done and what I plan to do, and of course a lot of the new stuff that I've added as well. So that'll be fun. All right, there we go. So I think it might be a little bit bigger than what it shows here, but yeah, it's tough to get it exact. So now the color of the card, now this is because of the lighting here. So I'm going to show you. It looks way lighter because it's a sunny day out. So it does look a little bit brighter there, where this photo here seems a bit more accurate because it's more of a light gray as opposed to a cream. So I'm going to be going off this photo here because it might be a bit easier to see. Hey, Anthony, how's it going? Welcome, everybody. Now, there is a bit of dirt that's going down the side, and I want to use a medium. Well, it's a medium gray. It might go with a light earth as well, just to kind of make it look like it's a little medium earth. There we go. Okay. Okay, so now for the most part, what it is, it's just some what looks like schmutz going down the side of the car, if I can say that. Hey, Mark, how's it going? Mark is gonna be having his own brunch there, brunch fest, when he goes out for pancakes. Most of the dirt that you see on this, it's going right up the middle of each of these rungs here. The top, even the ends look fairly clean, but I think it's because it's a bit of a newer car, so there's less schmutz, as I like to say. And again, I'm using a medium gray for this just because it more or less darkens certain areas here. So it like I don't want to make it all like too grimy because it's still a somewhat newer car. It's not even, doesn't even look mashed up or anything. Hey Kyle, how's it going? Yeah, I don't know why Mark was talking pancakes. Now I want pancakes. Thanks a lot, Mark. Speaking of Mark, he did a Third Rail Thursday the other day. Great work as always. And we're going to be doing GBO After Dark this Thursday. And we're talking about some tank cars. We're going to show off different tank cars from different manufacturers and what we like, what we don't like, and stuff like that. Should be good. Our tank car special is well overdue, so. from what I can see of the car, they're all, all these little panels here are a little different each. So I'm just trying to make them all look a little different. Not trying to overdo it, but just enough to make it look like it's been used. My wife just texted me telling me that we're going to IKEA tomorrow, so it's going to be a good day. Kyle, if you're looking for tank cars, now depending on the kind of tank car that you're looking for, I just recently purchased some Scale Trains tank cars. I don't want to give it all away because gotta have stuff to talk about on Thursday, but they have a sale thing going on right now because I guess the tank cars themselves did not meet the quality standards to which, Scale Trains holds their whatever excellence and stuff like that. So basically the tank cars are like 50% off. Now, 50% off seems pretty good because if you're in the US, like you just buy it and that's it. If you're in Canada, you still have to do the whole, import fee and all that and convert from, US to Canadian dollar, blah, blah, blah. Which is okay because, that happens. I think I bought some Exact Rail box cars that were only available from Exact Rail, and when I bought them direct, it was like $70. It came out to about $70 a box car after all of that was said and done, which I was not completely thrilled about because it's a $70 box car, but they're really nice, so I can't complain too much. 1, 2, 3, 4. But yeah, so Scale Trains, they have these tank cars right now that are 50% off. I think all the operator ones are gone, obviously, because you're looking at like tank cars for like 20, was it $20 or $15, something like that. And it was American. And that's a darn good price for a tank car. The thing that we were really worried about, because there was a few of us that had got some, was, what is this defect? What was wrong with the cars for them to get all rejected? So we took a gamble. And I got the, what are they called? Not the operator, but the rivet counter. So I got 2 rivet counter, and the rivet counters, they should still have. The rivet counters are, shoot, I can't even remember how much they were. I didn't even pay for them really. It was Bubs that did all that because he's got an account with Scale Trains. So he was like, "You guys want some? Absolutely." Blah blah blah. So I don't remember all the pricing, but I got 2 of the rivet counter for, I think it was probably about $60 or $70 just for 2 rivet counter, and that's Canadian plus import fee and all that, I think I paid about 130 Canadian for the 2 cars, which is close to, well, it's a little bit more than 60. It was about $65 Canadian a car, which is right up there with Athearn and some other, high-end stuff. But these are rivet counter scale trains cars. And it was only because of the import fee that they cost that much. But yeah, I'm quite happy with them, to be honest with you. They're very nice cars. I've never owned scale trains anything before. So, to be able to add those to the roster. Hey, Mystic. And for what was wrong with the car, because that's the thing, right? When you buy a car, let's say you buy this car, and if its function is to roll along the track and stay connected and all that stuff, blah, 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 if it doesn't do that, then it's not worth anything, right? Is it fair to say? So we're like, okay, well, is it just cosmetic? Because if there's like a little blemish or whatever, as you can see, I weather my cars anyways. So it doesn't really, that won't affect me because I just, work that into the weathering. But the only thing it was on the tank car, there's, how there's a walkway on each end. There's a piece of the walkway that comes across, and it comes across to like here. And you could move it. It didn't affect how it rolled. It didn't affect the overall look of the vehicle, or not vehicle, the car. But it was cosmetically, it wasn't attached. So I think instead of them going through every single car, gluing it, hoping it stays, blah, 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 repackaging it, there's like 50% off. We'll redo all these cars anyway. So if you want it, go ahead. It took me less than 5 minutes to glue. And it was the exact same thing in the exact same spot on both of them. In like this little area here, I put a little bit of glue. And because Bubs was over, he had his quick setting spray. So he sprayed it. And within 20 seconds, it was already glued and they were on the tracks ready to go. And I saved, possibly another $80 just because I took a risk and went for something like that. So not bad at all. And I'll probably end up, hopefully getting more in the future. I don't know yet, but I think that I might have some operators that will come in the future for the tank cars, operator series or whatever you want to call it. But I mean, for myself, I think the standard pricing there, I find that there's kind of like a standard pricing for things, like how much I'm willing to spend on something versus how much I feel it's actually worth. And when it comes to like a tank car, if you're going to get any kind of tank car from any kind of manufacturer, I'm looking to spend about $50 a car. With the Rapido ones, I've spent about $55 a piece, which is not bad. And then I just bought a Walthers one, which was about 50, 52, something like that. So again, it fits in that price range, so I don't mind. And they're really nice looking cars. With auto racks though, like, so I also have an auto rack here. I love the Intermountain ones because they have a good amount of weight to them. They are very, very breakable. So you always got to be, super gentle with those. But yeah, you're looking at about $100 a car, which can be a little pricey, but at the same time, it's definitely worth it. Especially if you're a big fan of auto racks. I mean, it adds up, right? Like the Walthers ones are okay, but I find that they're very light. Yeah, these powders are Monroe. I can't remember if somebody had suggested it to me to use them or if I just got them. I think Mike was using them too. Mike uses Monroe. But I had ordered the set. You get like 8 colors for $50, and I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty good deal. So. Hey, Bradley, how's it going? Now, I know it might be a little early because Springfield, the Amherst show isn't for another 5 months or so. But with something like that, for me, you got to plan early, right? Because like I'll be going to that, and I'm coming from out of town, so yeah, because it's like a 6.5 hour drive for me. But I'll be going to that, and if anybody else is going, let me know. Last year they looked like they had such a good time, and I had envy for missing out on that and whatnot. And I'm gonna go this year. Well, this year as in this next one, which is in January, at the end of January. I think it's the 27th and 28th. So if anybody else is going, let me know. That'd be cool. Hey, Ethan, how's it going? Hey, Dwayne. Kyle says, one of these days I'm going to make it out to one of these big model train shows. I feel like I have to be honest with you, because up where I am, which is just outside Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, we don't get a lot of shows, and it's sad, really. What can you do, right? It just kind of happens, or in my case, doesn't happen. So it looks like from now on, if I need to or want to go to anything like that, I have to travel. I don't mind. I don't mind traveling. I don't mind the travel side. But yeah, it's what I'd probably have to do going forward. And I've never been to a show that big. So I'd love to be able to go. Houston, Texas. Keeping in mind they don't do American geography in Canada. Like, where's America? Point south. You get an A. Yeah, Houston, Texas. Okay, cool. Not completely out of the loop. It's the same here. Only 2 train shows here a year, but it's literally the exact same vendors, layouts, etc. Yeah, that's a huge problem too up here. We have a town not too far from where I live. It's probably about a 40 minute drive. Very small town called Armprior. And you might have heard one of us at least, mention that show is probably because it's the only and or biggest show around here, which really isn't even that big. If you imagine a hockey rink, hockey arena with no ice, so you're just using the floor, and then vendors and layouts. It's not even a completely full. Everything's just very spread out, so it makes it look it's like it's a lot more full. And yeah, it's the same layouts that I've seen, like, because I've been going to shows and I've been involved in the hobby. I'd say like at least the last 10, 11 years. I mean, I've been doing the YouTube thing for at least 11 years, or 10 years, I should say. Or next year's my 10th year, I think. Yeah, it's hard to keep track. But yeah, so you don't see different layouts, you don't see different vendors quite like, if you were to go to a different country. Literally you'd have to go to a different country. So what would be new for me is probably like, I've seen that 100 times, for you. The train show here in Manitoba is the Manitoba Mega Train Show, September 30th, October 1st and 2nd. Manitoba. I haven't been out that way to those shows. I'd love to go to more Canadian train shows. Would be a really cool one. That one is in Alberta, I believe. And that one's usually, when is that? April or May, I think. But yeah, I'd love to be able to go to something like that. '80s and '90s, right? We had a lot more. Oh, I mean, I also think that the Springfield is kind of it's close for me. Like, I'm not one to drive long distances, and in most of these cases, like, I end up going by myself, because if Mark was to go, then Mark would probably go with his wife, and some of the other guys are like, they might be busy or whatever. Not everyone has a free schedule that they can go and do whatever, right? Which makes it a little bit more difficult. Like, even when we did the YouTube meet and greet last year, I think it was last June in Tilsonburg, I'm surprised that we had as many people show up as we did, because it's so hard to get people all in one area, or at one time. And yeah, it's nuts sometimes. Not everybody drives, and not everybody has a passport and all that stuff, so it makes it difficult. I know that last year Heath did he kind of organized a YouTube meet and greet at the Springfield show. So I hope he does that again this year, because that'd be cool. If not, I think I'll take the reins on it. But now, I do want to get loads for these. I don't have a load for the other one either yet, but that's okay. But I will. And there's Mike. How's it going, Mike? Oh, and other Mike. Mike Ho Trains and Mike. So many Mikes. Oh, and then there's Mike. Mike.
How's it going? Can you hear me?
I don't know if he's there or not. If you can hear me. Oh, there you are. How's it going?
Good. I was late.
I thought I'd get an early start on here for you.
I'll switch my camera up. There you go.
Nice. What are you working on there?
So I got a CN Walthers. Which one is this? 60-foot boxcar?
High cube?
Yeah. High cube.
The high cube?
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, they're nice.
Weathered the top already. I'm just gonna do some weathering on it. Send it out to Tim. Get it all graffitied. And finish up the gondola.
Tim is keeping busy with all that.
Yeah. I would like to keep him busy.
You do you still have your second gondola?
Yeah.
It's a lot of work to do just one car.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's one we were working on last week.
Bobby. Nice.
The other side.
Oh yeah. Sweet.
Passed out. So I'll weather that one. I was at OVR yesterday.
How was the shopping?
Yeah. Don't know if you can see that or not.
M420W.
Montreal works.
Now, did you save some for anybody else?
Yeah. Yeah, there's still a couple left on the shelf.
Oh, good.
It was funny. I was testing it before I left.
Yeah.
And we're trying to get the reverse light to work because usually when you throw it in reverse, the light comes on.
Yep.
We had to go into the function settings. Dr. Diesel and myself.
Was it like, and it's high up there too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like
and
it's like
it was
12 or 13. Something like that.
13, I think it was.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah, it's
when we
weird.
started it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was agreeing with you. So, yeah, it's weird that they did that.
Yeah, because usually the other ones I just put them in reverse and the reverse light comes on.
Yep.
But this one didn't. So, anyways, we're going through it, and we went to do the startup, and it had Monster Jam on there. I was like,
Really?
what? Yeah. Gentlemen, start your engines.
Sunday.
Yeah, I was doing that Sunday. In their extra sound files, right?
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I'm glad that they still add those. Some of them are silly, but it's like it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Can't really tell. I don't think the camera really does that justice because you would never know that that's weathered unless I full on told you. Because it's a very light weathering. I weathered it with a light gray just to kind of darken it up, or a medium gray.
They're using the
Yeah.
Monroe kits.
User. Yeah, it's easier to use this stuff, I find.
Well, Brian, if you come down to OVR May 16th, we'll all be there. A bunch of us. Or sorry, September 16th. What did I say? May.
September.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna be a bunch of YouTubers are gonna be there. I mean, it's not really a YouTube event, but I mean, like, Sparky will be there, and Mike will be there, James will be there. I think if we can let him over the border, I'm sure Wigwag will be there too.
Yeah, Crooked River and Eastern.
Dave.
Yep, Dave's coming out. It's gonna be a good time.
Did you get confirmation on that yet, or is it still I'd like to, but I don't know?
Who, Dave?
Yeah. Well, all of them technically, but yeah.
Yeah, I think Wigwag's working on it. I know I talked to Dave a few weeks back. He applied for his passport, so he's hoping he has that in time. Hopefully, a bunch of them will make it up.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
I find taping takes the longest.
Yeah. Got to being able to cut it just right and to the right size, and
yeah, I want to cover up all the great detailed lettering and stuff. All the markings.
yeah. I'm gonna have to. I was saying earlier, I'm gonna have to get a couple of loads now for these things because Like the inside is not that great unless you have a load in there. You need to have a load.
Yeah, I almost got a couple yesterday.
Do you? Oh, you don't have any yet?
No, I don't have any yet. That's what I was going to buy some yesterday, and then I bought some track and M420 and getting ready to start the
It
Helix.
happens.
So I was like, yeah, get ready to start the Helix. So I was like, well, I need track. I need the needs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, needs versus wants. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's why I haven't really bought any locos this year, because I've been focusing more on, okay, what kits do I need? What, track or switches and ballast. So a lot of all these other things tend to take priority, which is unfortunate, but it's a real thing.
Yeah. I like to call that the struggle is real.
Yeah. Oh, it is a struggle. Also, we're slated to get a bunch of really nice locomotives in within the next 4 months. So
yeah, that's the other unfortunate part. It's like, oh, I forgot I had that coming in.
Well, even stuff that you didn't know that you wanted, and then when you see it, you're like, oh, yeah, I want that now. Because I'm looking at these, what are they, RS11, and I'm like, I don't need one. But then I see how good they look, and I'm like, maybe I do need one.
Yeah, and you can never have enough.
That's true.
Brian says he's got lots of track.
Did you see the Athern chocolate tank car used for Walther's Chocolate Factory?
No, I didn't. I'll look into that. I have a lot of what I have coming in. You lost track of what's coming in.
Oh.
I keep a list.
Yeah, that's what I probably should do.
I have, I do lists for everything. Stuff that I've pre-ordered, things that have been announced that I want, and then the road numbers that I want to get to go with it. And then the list of everything that I do have and the road numbers, that I have, so that, let's say, for example, if I go to OVR and I'm like, well, I want one of those cars that Mike has 3 ETX, and I have like 2 or 3 CN ones, but I don't get the same numbers that I already have, right? So I always jot all my numbers down, and I try to keep it as organized as possible so that I don't.
Makes sense.
What is that you got there?
Which one? The boxcar?
The powder, the round. No, the
Oh,
disc.
that's the weathering powder.
Oh, did they change the container?
So you can get these ones or the cylinder ones.
Mine.
Right? Yeah, that's the individual ones. These here are the
Oh,
how many's in a pack? I think there's like 6 in a pack or 8 in a pack.
oh, neat.
Just get more of it.
Where is? I always save pictures of everything so that when I go to do something like this, I can just reference the photo. There we go. Did I put that pen back?
Yeah, you get an 8 pack. That's what it is. 8 in a pack.
That mine was an 8-pack as well,
Really?
which is odd. I mean, like yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Maybe one's like an earlier and one's a newer. Like how they change up the packaging sometimes. That might be the case.
Yeah, it could be. Because I do have the cylinder one as well. Kyle says he misses doing weather. I like doing weather.
It's fun. Got to get back into it. It's the kind of thing that took me a while to work up to, I think. First off, taking something that's like this is $100, auto rack, and I'm drawing all over it now. So stuff like that, right? It's it's nerve-wracking to say the least.
Hopefully I don't move the camera too much there though. Yeah, I did an auto rack. I leave the good graffiti up to Tim.
Yeah, he's the pro.
I've seen guys airbrush graffiti too.
That would be fun. Probably more challenging.
Yeah, I would think so because it looked like they had the tape cut, a bunch of different things to actually do the airbrush graffiti. Have you tried Lombard Hobbies there, Kyle, or what's the other one? Great West? Great West Hobbies? They might have weathering powder. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Thought maybe that'd be closer for you over there, maybe. Compare prices. Shop around.
I used to shop around a lot until I, started doing the whole Otter Valley thing. Then I feel like I wasted a lot of time shopping around. But it really
Yeah.
depends on what you're looking for.
And if they don't have it, which is very rare, usually he'll get it. He'll get it in for you. They do ship to the States, so that makes it easier. Yes, they do, Kyle.
Okay, let's see how this will turn out.
Doing graffiti.
Yep, just trying my hand here at it. I found a picture online that I kind of liked, so I'm just kind of seeing if this will work here.
I can't believe we're at the end of July this week already.
Yeah. As soon as it hits
June, mid-June, then it just starts flying, and you're like, oh. So summer's only like a month long.
Yeah,
Feels like it. But we're getting the most of it. Getting out with the family a lot, so that's fun. And with my oldest being in soccer, that takes up a lot of time too. So
How long of season of soccer?
it started in June, and they have practice every Tuesday night, and then a game every Thursday night, unless it's raining like thunder and lightning ish. And it goes right through to the end of August. I think he only has about four or five games left. So, but now he's the designated goalie. So he or goaltender, I should say. Goalie makes it sound like hockey. He's the goaltender, and he's really good at it. And he'll be doing mostly that going forward.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good thing he's not a goaltender or the goalie in hockey.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that that gets real expensive.
Yeah, just the pads alone are 2 locomotives, maybe 3.
Yeah.
If you're comparing prices that way.
I would. That's normally it's funny because when you do the whole train thing, right? You compare prices to train stuff. Oh, I could have bought like a sound locomotive and a boxcar for that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, but it's true, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Things ain't cheap. I think we were at Walmart the other day, and we had like a couple of things, and it was $100, and I'm like, how is this $100? I remember being able to get way more for $100. A couple of years ago. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It definitely climbed. Imagine in a couple weeks we'll be up that way. Pick up the grandsons. I gotta say sons now. 2 of them are up that way, so I'm sure they'll be down for the summer or what's left of summer.
Yeah. Are you stopping by at all? Or are you
Yeah, I
waiting
don't
until
know.
barbecue?
You never know. I don't imagine it's going to be a turn and burn. It'll be like a couple day trip to go get them.
Yeah, gotta make it worth it, right?
Yeah. It's a lot
Turn and
of
burns
driving
are
one.
like really hard. Yeah.
Yeah, we do that round trip in about 13 hours.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the one time when the LRC cars came in and I drove down to OVR. I left at like 4 a.m. here. Got there for like noon, and then headed home, and I got home at like 11 at night. It was brutal.
Ouch. That's a
I
long
did
day.
not envy myself. Oh yeah, no, it was and then it's not just that, right? Because then you're like down and out for a couple of days after that.
Yeah.
The recovery time alone is already.
And
I don't know if I have a color. No, it won't work.
Anthony was asking me if I seen any chocolate cars. Who's making those? Chocolate cars.
Yeah, I want to see this chocolate tank car.
Yeah. Let alone the chocolate factory that's not out yet.
Yeah, I think that'll be probably one of the next big kit builds that we do, like the group build. Because I'm pretty sure there's like a bunch of us that want that kit in general. So I think I'm going to see about doing that.
Oh, nice. So I got to start saving for OVR in September then.
Yeah, that's the. I might even have to buy myself something, which is rare. But I'm gonna get something and.
Because aren't the chargers out
every
here?
penny and. I don't know. I don't know where they are.
Yeah, they'll be coming out soon.
They're supposed to be in by was it July? The end of July.
Oh, really?
That's what I heard.
No, I'm glad they're not out yet then.
This marker sucks. You're going in the garbage, friend.
That and the chocolate
I'm gonna
factory.
have to do this. Sorry, do what with it?
Oh, the chocolate factory. That'd be another kit, like coming out.
Yeah, that's also supposed to be in. There's a kit. I don't know if you remember me mentioning it. I don't know if I have a picture here. I might have gotten rid of it because I ordered it. Yeah, I don't have it here. Do I have another picture of it? Let me see if I can find it.
And James is home.
All right, James is in the chat. Hey, James.
Yeah.
There was a few sets recently that just came in, and one of them was announced just before the Chocolate Factory, if not the same time. No, I think it was announced the same time because I still have the book. And it just came in, and I ordered it. Come on.
Hey, Jack, don't worry. Yeah, I'm kind of excited for the chocolate factory for sure.
Yeah, because along with the Chocolate Factory, those Walther's refrigerated reefers are going to be a nice touch.
Oh, yeah. I got refrigerated.
And those are also supposed to be.
Yeah, those are coming out too.
Yeah, hopefully for September. They said, the last quarter or whatever.
Okay.
Third quarter or fourth quarter. Can't remember.
What reefers I have then? It must have been the Catherine.
I know. What do yours have sound?
No. Why, these got sound?
No, but there was. I think it was Broadway Limited did a refrigerated reefer that had sound to it.
No way.
Yep, it just sounds like an AC unit, but
that's crazy.
It gets annoying after a while. It's not like a locomotive sound. It's kind of like the steam generator units.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then with the steam generator unit, it just sounds like a because I don't know if they use a bad speaker or that's literally how it sounds. But yeah, those ones came out like years ago, and I I'm like, okay, they're cool. I mean, it's kind of a novelty thing. But then Scale Trains, they're doing refrigerated reefer cars as well, and you can get a sound one in that, but they're not. They're doing only BNSF, where I would want the ones that Walthers is doing because they have CTI group or City Group
Okay.
as a name, and because that's Canadian, right? You'll see those in Canada.
Right.
I think I bought either the last one or the only one because I'm not even seeing it on the website anymore. So I'm pretty sure I bought them all, even though I only bought one. But yeah,
Wait, you beat
yeah,
James?
unless they're all gone because they came in.
You
Yep,
beat James to the podcast.
Yeah, I guess so. I did some light weathering on this trash gondola here. There was a little bit of a graffiti there at the end, and then on this side here, again, very light as well. The camera doesn't really pick it up as well as you would see it in person. This car here, this is an Intermountain auto rack. This is the one I did the giant A-wall on. So now I'm doing a little, it says toast, and then I got to put a piece of toast beside it. I'm just trying to find a blue that works. Because this blue, my blue marker is terrible. So now I got to improvise.
What markers are you using?
Well, I do have these ones here. They're called Craft Smart. I got them from Michael's, and you get a rainbow of colors. The problem is that just the light blue that I have sucks.
Yep.
So that's my only quarrel with it. So now I'm gonna see if I can make it has to almost be a greenish blue. So I'm gonna see if I can make my own here.
Bubs is back from fishing.
Did you catch anything?
Any sturgeons or salmon? I guess be trout be flying, eh? Trout fishing.
Trout?
Trout.
Trout fish?
Trout.
Trout.
Caught a walleye. Ooh, nice.
Split Rock says that you've got quite the patch out going on there.
Yeah, I'm doing quite the patch out on the boxcar. Then I'll do a light weathering.
And that is exactly the color I need.
A little bit of a patch out on this one.
Oh, it looks good too.
What do we got here? Dark earth. Dark rust. That's a true story, Cop, for sure. It does take a while.
I think you said that earlier too, which is fine.
Yeah. So I guess the next time I go down Novier, I'll have to get some loads for these cars. They're fairly
Don't they
reasonable.
come 2 in a pack, I believe?
I think it's 1 in a pack. Unless she's got 2 packs, I don't know.
I thought I had seen a 2-pack on the counter there. Unless they were 2 individual packs sitting like, side by each there. And you know how it is when you go in there, it's easily to get distracted. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was getting ready to leave yesterday and got out of the vehicle and I got looking around. I'm like, there's something I forgot that I actually needed when I was down there. And I'm like, oh, yeah. The Zoll jewelry saw. I got the blades, but no saw. So ran back in. Lauren's like, hey, you got to get going. I'm like, yeah, I know. And I forgot something.
Well, it happens, I guess.
Yeah. I made it in time. Oh, Brian says there is a 2-pack.
There is a 2-pack. Okay. So then maybe I wasn't seeing things. I don't know. Because I know he was doing garbage loads, and there's also going to be scrap loads.
Yeah.
Like shear to metal.
Good job.
Looks decent.
Looks better already.
Well, this is definitely the kind of thing here where I'm glad that I mixed my own color, because I don't think I'd be as happy if I used that blue marker. That was garbage. So I'll take the W for that. I'm just not totally psyched when it comes to mixing colors, because sometimes it's not easy.
And it doesn't turn out the color you want sometimes.
Nope. That's what I got there so far. I'll show you guys. Toast.
Looks good.
Just gotta do a little toast.
She got toasty.
Okay, where did it go? See, the ones I really want to do, like really, which at some point I will, but I want to do these ones here. The Homer.
Oh.
And then there's
Yes.
also a Marge.
I'm trying to think. Somebody has those in decals, don't they? Or decals?
Yeah, I've seen the decals, and I'm like, okay, like what would be easier, to do that or to try and draw it on myself? And I'm pretty sure that getting the decals might be easier. It's just depending on the car itself. Like the Marge car, I can find it in a Walthers, where the aluminum siding on the side, like the panels, they're flat and they're thick. But the CN car, which is the Homer car, I found it in both an Atlas and in a Scale Trains, where it's like this here, and they use the etched metal for those. So
Yeah.
it might be a bit rougher to do on something like that. I'm just, not 100% yet. But once I sort that out, it should be good.
So was the chocolate cars just announced then, or they had those in plan for a while?
Is that a question that you're asking to somebody in the chat, or is that a question for me?
Anybody who feels free to answer.
Ah. I feel like I have zero information on this car. I'm very curious about it, but I have zero information.
I didn't know anything about it either till today's chat. Because you're gonna need those for your chocolate factory.
I probably will. Whoops.
How you make it out on the top level?
Well, I need like 3 more pieces of cork, and then I can finish my entire cork for the ethanol plant. And then I need about 5 pieces of track, and that should get me to where the chocolate factory will go.
Nice.
So I'm getting there, but still lots of work. I have some ground throws that are coming in tomorrow as well, and those will be used for the switches that are in place now for the ethanol plant. Bubs came by, so he helped me kind of work out where the tracks should go. He gave me some good insight there for that.
Nice.
Yeah, it was very helpful.
Passed out weather. Finish it underneath.
Looks good.
This Thursday is the DVO already.
That's right. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, and just the fact that we're going to be touching on, tank cars and talking about different brands of tank cars and all that.
Great.
So that'll be fun. I feel like I've been waiting to do that episode for a long time. Touched on the scale trains cars that you and I got as well.
I can't wait to see those.
Yeah. Now, I didn't open up yours, obviously, because that's not my place. But I know that if you're wondering what the issue is or, what to look for, because both my cars had the exact same issue. So I can always show you on mine at a later time if you want.
Sure.
It's honestly like it's nothing at all as far as a fix goes.
And then they just said, "Oh, there's a blemish," so then they put them on.
Not even. It's just a piece that needs to be like glued on, like to be reinforced a little bit better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They put a sale on for that.
Guess it was enough to say, yeah, let's
Regroup.
move these out. Yeah.
That's good.
Well, good for everyone else, right? Like it's
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really find it to be a huge deal. Oh, when Bubs came over that day as well, I feel like we accomplished so much, even though it really doesn't seem like much at all. But yeah, we fixed the 2 cars, and then because he brought his quick setting spray for the glue, I fixed my telephone pole, or he helped me fix my telephone poles with the wires, because those were messed up for like the longest time there. Because the glue didn't hold, so I was able to fix that. So they look way better now.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of glue is it?
Well, it's not so much a glue as it is a setting spray. So
Okay.
what happens is that like you'll glue it with like I use the regular glue, like this glue here.
Yeah.
The Insecure, and then the spray that Bubs has, you just do a little on it, and it dries it instantly.
Wow.
So yeah, because when I was trying to do it, it's like, I'm standing there and it's already a hard enough place to reach. And then, it takes a little bit longer for it to dry, and then it would just either fall or it would get stuck to something. It's a real problematic, issue. So what Bubs did was he sprayed it, and then within like 3 seconds it dried.
I already find that stuff dries fast enough as it is.
Yeah, like it dries quick, but I find that depending on what it is, because like I was trying to glue string to plastic, basically. Yeah. So that proved to be a little bit more troublesome, I guess, than some other stuff.
What version of lock sound decoded? That's a good question, Split Rock. ESU lock sound 5. DC and DCC sound. Yeah, it's got lock sound 5 in it. The M420.
Isn't all the stuff that's being like if they're adding lock sound to it, isn't it all version 5 now? Like I have Walthers that have the version 5 in it.
Oh yeah?
Yep. Mind you, there's not as many sounds as like, let's say, a Rapido, but it's still a V5. Mike, did you end up getting 2 of them, or did you just get 1?
2.
2.
Yeah. I picked up one. I left the other one there. Excuse to go back.
That's fair. Yeah, I still have to get one of those too. I'm very like, I know you and I had the conversation, but talking about it live, and this is like a therapy group, right? So it comes down to sometimes, because there's a lot of good locomotives and stuff that come out all at once and whatnot, and it's like, well, what do I get? And like right now, I'm at a crossroads where it's like, it has to be like really good in order for me to say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna shell out the 300 to 400 on it. And when you've got like 5 different locomotives that you're waiting for to come in, you have to be like, well, do I want an M420, which I already have one, but I'd like a second one, or do I get a via charger whenever that comes in, which is supposed to be real soon? So it's tough. And then also, I know you're waiting. I've been waiting as well for these Intermountain Gevos to come in, and they were supposed to be in March of this year.
Yes.
But they went into production, I think, in May. So when will they show up, right? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Hopefully soon.
I mean, it would be nice. Because, like, with those, right, it's like the 100 years, the military unit, I was thinking about getting a BC rail unit, because I don't have any BC rail stuff, so it's like XBC, but it's CN. Or CN Heritage, I should say. You wanted that, what is it, EJ and B? What is it? EJ and E or something like that? The orange one?
Yeah. EJ and E.
EJ and E, yeah.
Illinois, Joliet, Central or something. Electric,
yeah.
something like that. Scale trains make them.
Yeah.
Like they had.
Rivet counter, or
Yeah.
I think the rivet counter ones are in now. Elgin, Juliet, and Eastern.
That's it. Yeah, they're nice locomotive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really nice.
Place that James and I were looking at, they're all out. They don't have any more left.
I feel like when the Intermountain ones come in, like they'll be coming out the wazoo, So I'm not too worried. And I feel like if I message Lauren and I say, hey, put one of each of those aside for me, I don't care what number, just, those specific road names, then, yeah, there wouldn't be a problem either, right?
Right.
Let's take that.
The new Penn
But
Central.
yeah, waiting on
nice.
Penn Central?
Yeah, they had one of those there.
Which one's this?
It's a black Penn Central, I believe Walthers makes it.
Walthers.
Looked like a nice locomotive.
Well, apparently the one that James got, because I was making conversation with Lauren about this the other day, right? Because in the amount of time that Rapido has put out the Via F9, F7, E8, the FA and FB unit that they just put out, and I'm sure there's another one, but that's at least 5 locomotives that they've put out, but they haven't put out any of the blue coach cars in over 7 or 8 years. And it's like, why? Well, you know, sure, you can get like some secondhand ones, but like they put out the dining car in the blue, which is nice, but that's just a dining car. You can't run a locomotive with just a dining car.
No.
But then he was telling me the one that James got yesterday. Did he get the A and B unit, or just the A unit, or like what did he get?
He got the A and B.
The A and the B. Oh, okay. He
Plus
probably got
okay.
the older, the green one, right?
Yes, the green one.
The Via one actually pulled tempo cars, which I have. So I wouldn't be opposed to getting a set like that I know will be able to, that I have cars that I can actually pull with it.
Right.
Which is not bad.
That wouldn't be so bad, would it?
No. Like if you already have the cars, then it's just you're adding a loco. It's when the loco comes out and you don't have any of the cars, and it's like, oh, now I got to add all these cars, or at least wait for them to show up or become available or something. It's very frustrating when it's not so cut and dry. Right?
I agree.
Like even for me, like was it a few years back? Mark got me the gray Ghost via rail, but I don't have any cars for it. Which it did pull the blue ones, so I would need the blue ones in order to really use that. So that's why I haven't used it. I put it pulling the. I did a video pulling the tempo cars with it, which is it's a whatever thing, but yeah. Can't wait to keep adding to my military locomotives. Yeah, those Athearn Genesis military units are really nice. There's lots more coming from them as well. Brian has 3 Via locomotives and no cars. I thought you got LRC cars. The LRC cars, like there was so many. I don't think that they're done making them, so
I hope not. I need some more of those.
well, when I talked to them, they said that the tooling is still good. So there's that.
Yeah, I think I got 6 LRC cars.
I have like 14, I think.
14.
Yeah.
Yowzer.
Because I was originally gonna get, I think, closer to 10, and then Lauren had the special cars, like the ones with the faded flags and whatnot that we had worked on, and had to get those as well, right? So,
Yeah. Now, does he have any more of those? Or are they all out?
No, because when he was telling me that eventually when people were like, why is there not more LRC cars? Why is there no more LRC cars? They were buying up those cars and just changing the numbers on them. So, but I think that shop in Montreal there still has a bunch of LRC cars if anybody's looking for some. Not a bad price, like the 120 mark, I believe, for those. Bubs, if you're still in the chat, you were like literally there the other day. Let us know. But yeah,
That's not a bad price.
no, it seems like it's a very standard price for an LRC car.
I've seen them at hobby, like at train shows, for a lot more.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's like, ouch. Especially when you can buy it new.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing with the Go cars, right? Like, I see old Athearn cars with the old tooling that they have done 0 revisions with, and yet they sell for just as much as the Rapido ones, and they're nowhere near as good as the Rapido ones. Because at least the Rapido ones have lights and all that, where those ones don't.
Right.
Check that out. Toast.
That looks good. Toast.
He did. Now, of course, that's not like this is the original, right? That's on the side of a car. But yeah,
Oh, nice.
I like seeing stuff like that and then trying to kind of recreate it.
Oh, it looks good.
Yeah, those slag cars and bottle cars, they're very hard to find, and when you do, you end up paying an arm and a leg for them. I have seen some older sets in that same store, the Montreal store, or Laval, I should say. But they want like $200, I believe it was, for like 3 cars, and it's like, is it really even worth that much? I just don't like,
Okay.
haggling.
What cars is that?
They're the ones that go with the steel mill.
The iron ore cars?
No, these ones, the bottle cars.
Oh, so the slag cars
Yeah.
are like. Okay, gotcha. I had to think
Yeah,
about that.
are you thinking about the ingot cars?
Yeah, is that what you're thinking of? The ingot cars?
No. The bottle type cars
Oh,
is, yeah. I haven't seen anybody do the ingot cars yet. I know a lot of people are hoping for them, so you never know. Oh, Brian, I'm not even done building mine. It's all the small tedious stuff that I'm kind of not really stuck with, but it's like I thought I was going to be putting it on the top of my layout, and then when I realized how tall they really were, I'm like, okay, turns out I'm saving these for my next layout because they're really, between the top part of the layout and my drop ceiling, it's like there really isn't a whole lot of room. So now I got to kind of wait on it. So I started building all of them. Yeah, but I haven't finished. So.
Well, it's in your back room.
Yeah. Yeah, you saw them there, right?
Yep.
I was working on them on the Sunday brunch build like probably last year when they came in. Because I was so hyped for them. But yeah, once you see how tall they are, and I'd have to start removing ceiling tiles and whatnot in order for it to, somewhat be able to reach. And I just can't bring myself to do it.
Gotcha.
So I'm just gonna leave them for now.
Yeah, that door dock looked pretty cool.
Oh yeah, the big thing.
Yeah, big cat.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see what I got on there so far.
Oh yeah.
Hashtag,
What you putting there? What's that?
hashtag
Oh,
Tim.
Brian, I don't know if you follow CSX Mad. Now, he hasn't posted in a while. Very, very concerned as to why he hasn't, because he used to post all the time. But he took about I want to say at least a minimum of 2 of those ore docks, but I'm pretty sure it was closer to like 3 or 4. And he built an entire full-on ore dock, and this thing has to at least be like 5 or 6 feet long, might be longer, but he incorporated lights and everything with it, like lights up on the dock on the top part and like throughout it. Like he killed it, and that's inspiration right there. But I mean, he does a lot of cool stuff. Like he has an auto rack facility where he's got cars that move and they go up the ramp and then into the auto rack, and then it disappears, and then they just keep going, in a circle. He has a whole thing. So go check him out if you haven't already. Check him out. Very talented. Just the ideas and the stuff that he's come up with. CSX Mad.
Definitely have to check that one out. Was he on a Facebook group?
I don't know.
Was he on the Canadian Modeler?
I'm not sure about group wise.
Okay, because I recall somebody doing one, and it was huge.
It's not something that everyone would do, because you got to have the space for it. But it is quite the ambitious project, regardless.
Well, I agree.
Even just to see. So it's one of those ones you gotta check out to believe it.
See, when I give this car to Tim, he might want to do a patch over or something.
Possibly.
Yeah.
You know what he says? They do make it like that. So.
So lots of good stuff coming up for this week's show. You got keeping tracks.
Yep. Yeah, keeping track. I'm assuming that I'm gonna have that start around at least 7:30, 7:45. just for the length, like the run time.
Right.
And then we'll have GVO After Dark closer to like 8:30 because my son's still in soccer, so won't be home until at least 8:30ish for that.
And then GVO After Dark at
Like
probably
8:30.
around 8:30. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Exciting.
Always keep him busy doing something. You know how it is, right?
Oh yeah. I'm on Monday, hopefully.
It's your week.
That's my week this week.
Nice.
And then
And anything in particular? Are you guys going to be showing off? Because I know James was with you at the train store. Are you guys showing off what you guys got at the train store? Or
I'm not sure.
no special plans or anything?
I might work on the turntable today and get it wired up.
Oh, turntable.
Yeah. Get it ready to roll. Because I got my engine shop over there, the kit that we built. So
Yeah. Did you need anything special for that turntable? Like besides buying the actual turntable itself, is there anything that you need for it that it doesn't already come with?
no, it comes with the remote. Comes with everything.
Huh.
Comes with the remote and the bridge, and it's already got the track on the bridge.
Oh, really? So you don't have to buy tracks separately or anything?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it all comes together.
What code is it? Is it code 70 or is it like 83 or something?
Code 83, I believe. Let me check real quick for you, see what it says on the box. Yeah, it's code 83 track. And it comes with the power supply and all that.
Because this is one thing that I do want to add at some point. I just, so much else going on. But yeah, no, I'd really love to add a turntable at some point. So I'm curious about how to wire it and like, because you would need a reverse loop or something there, right? Like,
Good question. I'll let you know today when I start wiring it.
yeah, because like technically, when the train goes in, if it goes in forward and you turn it around and it goes go out forward, it would still technically be, it would technically go in reverse. No.
Could be.
I don't know.
I never thought of that.
That's why I'm like, do you need like I know that my power supply right now has an auto reversing thing built in. But yeah.
Whereas I got to put in the AR10 auto reverse loop.
Yeah. I was even very worried about putting in like a Y because I'm just like I'm not very knowledgeable when it comes to stuff like that. Like I'm sure I'll learn eventually, but I like smooth, easy, I don't like to sit on something for, 2 weeks because I'm like, oh, I don't know how to do it. So I'm stuck. I can't do anything else with it.
Right.
So Anthony's asking if I have any more space for residential or industry. I have a lot of space where I'm going to be putting in like dummy backdrops that will represent a downtown area, which I haven't done yet because I'm working mostly on the foreground and the track and whatnot. But there is space for that. As far as housing, I never planned on having a residential area where it's just houses. Yeah, didn't plan for that. What about you, Mike? I mean, you've still got 2 more levels to go. Did you plan all that out?
For housing and stuff?
Yeah.
No, I didn't really plan on, but I probably should have some houses on there. Gotta have somewhere for other people to stay.
It's funny because, like, I do mostly like Northern Ontario and whatnot. But I tell you, like, I was in Toronto the other day and I seen so many trains, and it just makes me want to like rip the whole thing up and then redo it as a Toronto based layout. Kind of like what N-Scale Dystopia is doing, but he has it in N-Scale, so he can get away with a lot more in a smaller space than what I can. So that's why I'm okay with what I have. But I'd love to do like a Toronto area junction where, you have your commuter service and then you've got, freight and whatnot. So
he's really doing a good job of that too.
Oh yeah, he's killing it. Well, it's 2:00. That's the 2 hours. We got a lot done, I think.
We got the 2 o'clock already.
Yeah.
What? No way.
No way, man.
There you go. Tim Brim.
So I did the one, and then I don't want to put my fingers on it, but so that's the one I had started a few weeks ago. Added a bit of weathering to the roof there, and then I did another little thing here. Toast with a little piece of toast, and then the weathering. I just did a bit of weathering on there. Yeah. So I gotta put the clear coat on those so that they set, and then they will be good for the layout.
Nice.
I'm gonna take some of this off here. There we go. Okay. All right. So tomorrow night we'll be over on Mike's channel. I'm just going to tilt this back up. There we go. We'll be on Mike's channel tomorrow night for Off the Tracks Monday, and then we've got Crab Crew Wednesday, Cab Crew Wednesday, and then we'll be back here. Sweet. When did you do that one?
I did that a while ago.
Let me see that again.
Sweet.
Oh, that's funny. We'll be back here on Thursday. We've got Keeping Track, which we're going to do for about 7:30 at night. You'll see the pop up there, so always click the bell for the reminder. It'll be part 3 of the what are they called? Diorama build with my son. And there's some Railfan clips as well, and a few other fun things that I have planned for that. And then GV After Dark at about 8:30. If I'm not on right at 8:30, give it a minute. I'll show up eventually. And then we're talking. We've got a whole bunch of announcements for the month coming up. Next month has 5 Thursdays, so another long month of Thursdays. And then we also we're talking tanker trains, the big tankers. So yeah,
nice. Can't wait.
Jam packed.
Jam packed.
And of course, coming up in, I want to say how many days left in this month? There's 30 days past September, August, June, and November. All the rest have 31. Okay, so
31.
In a little over a week, I'll post a 3-year anniversary video for the layout, and we'll talk about everything that I've done over the last 3 years. So, yeah. And what about you? Besides tomorrow night, you got anything else coming up or?
Working on a couple videos, couple reviews, I guess.
Reviews, and you've been Railfanning a lot too lately, right?
Yeah, Friday night. I was hoping to do that yesterday, but I ran out of time. But
there's never enough time in the day.
No, never enough time in the day for sure.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Cool. So we'll look for that, and obviously, if you guys don't know Trackside Mike, and go follow him and watch out for his videos and join in on his Monday night show. Other than that, have yourselves a great week. Thanks again for watching, and Mike, thanks for joining.
Thanks for having me. Have a great day. Keep it on the tracks.